run out here.
My job tonight, if you are severely allergic to mold, you may want to keep in mind that there is probably some mold in the building. There is some plaster falling, the floors are uneven, the stairs are very steep. So just keep this in mind because there will be some lights on and a lot of things will be by flashlight, and I want to make sure that everyone is safe. That being said, if you would like to go to over to the carnegie after this, then I will have you sign a liability waiver. Those are now located in the back. I'm pretty sure that most people in here have signed. If you haven't, just let us know and we can bring you one around, okay? All right. So we're very excited to have the Flint Hills Paranormal Society here tonight to teach us about ghost hunting. Please help me welcome them.
We didn't get involved with fundraising and stuff. Yes, ma'am.
I think the biggest experience I had is at my old house. I got a can thrown at me.
Oh,
So, that was fine. And then in our newer house, they had a legal and not very active, but my aunt got like a message with it.
oh.
So, I was doing what you think.
Okay, so, poltergeists. These are things you hear about all the time. That would be what would probably throw a can. Poltergeists are the kind of active ones that do all kinds of damage and tear things up. But what is really interesting is they manifest. We make poltergeists. They aren't just there. We kind of make them. Yeah, we manifest them ourselves out of our frustrations and anger and sadness and all of that kind of stuff. And it happens a lot with children and teens. But we've been in places where there was poltergeists where it came from people with mental health issues and other stuff like that. But they move physical objects, knock on walls, touch you, all kinds of things. Kathy, did you want to do one?
Sure. There's residual spirits, and residual spirits tend to do the same things over and over and over. You can't interact with them. They may just walk up past you. They may make the same sound. They may do things like that, but you can't change their course because it's something that they did in life probably, and that just continues even in death.
So kind of like the Gettysburg ghost.
Yeah, I've heard that spoken of those as well. It's called an unintelligent haunting. An intelligent haunting is one where you can get reaction back and you can converse. But residual spirit you cannot do that with.
You want to talk about food?
Oh, we can get that. Yeah, I used to be a reporter at the Emporium Gazette several years ago, before I went to my current job, and they had a residual spirit in there that would just do things repetitively and like walk to her desk and things like that. So we were in the basement one time and we heard the clocky wheels, so she's dressed in continuous clothing. I saw her go from the door to her desk, she didn't interact or anything, so yeah.
You can get rid of them if there's, as long as they don't scare you to death.
They usually don't bother you.
Anything to you.
They're just going to work.
Yeah.
Even ghosts have to go to work.
Yeah, and some go through a wall, some will go through a wall and you don't know why, but if you look back at your house plans, there's a door there, at one time it was like that.
A wall has been added or something.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Okay. And if anybody else has anything to say, you can just jump in.
Okay.
Anybody want to do a disembodied voice? Carrie?
Perfect.
A disembodied voice is where you're hearing voices not necessarily on the meter, you're really hearing it, but there's nobody there. Or even like a piano playing or somebody singing. Um,
If I have a piano, I'm
some
leaving.
can be picked up on EVPs.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
Can you like hear stuff but not really make it out?
A lot of times.
Oh, yeah. Whoa.
A lot of times we can't make out exactly what they're saying.
But
Yeah. Question?
oh, that was a perfect question.
Okay. Okay. So there's another way you can get some voices. It's like on recent experience with those two. There's apps you can get for your phones and that. They're not real reliable, but this one was pretty, I think, spot on. And I've been asking, well, all of us have been asking questions over and over and over and wasn't getting much response. And I looked the rods and that, and pretty soon over that app it says, "You're annoying."
Let the band try.
Okay. I haven't had that happen before. But what kind of confirmed it was,
And it hadn't lit up. The rest, I mean, earlier in the evening, it had not lit up in that material.
Spirit box is probably, well, oh yeah.
We got
Go around. Well, unlock it.
That was crazy.
That was not scripted.
So it began.
Okay, full body apparitions. These are the things that most people think ghosts are. You know, you're gonna see a whole body, which you never hardly ever see. Quite often you'll see maybe only half of the body. I know it's, what is it, the name of the railroad station in KC? Union. Up there, they've got a spirit that only you don't see the legs walking around all the time.
Anthony got that.
Well, they have a big gangster ghost show. They scared me half to death. We'll get you over in the library. I'm over here talking about disembodied voices, and you hear it right behind me. Yeah?
So you say that sometimes you can see a half-body ghost.
Yep. They may be very realistic, or they might be kind of a shadowy, smoky kind of figure like that. They may perform some kind of ritual or something, and then disappear into a wall, all kinds of things like that. This is the brown lady. It's a pretty famous photo. Yeah.
Can all the victims be like intelligent spirits at the same time? Can you see who apparitions like these?
Yeah, that's why she saw that lady in the
Maybe
Gazette.
that was a residual, but yeah, full body. Looks just like you and I.
There. And this is why it's important, as soon as you go someplace, you turn on your recorder, because things happen. Okay, we had just arrived, starting to set up equipment. Some of the guys were gonna go upstairs to, set up equipment up there. And then we got this. Oh, that's scary. It's so scary.
So we're gonna like to go to the place, but they said that there's mold. There's a berry allergic to it. inside the old library before they tear it down. Some of its history. It's sad that they're gonna tear this place down. Yeah. Imagine the history. Old. It's an old dollhouse. Yeah, back in the day, the parents would build them. Now,
See, nowadays it's the plastic ones. Okay. Like 1950s antique toy train stuff.
It's because I have it in my hand. We're gonna put it up here. It does that when you turn it on. It'll go off in a sec.
oh,
Well, the energy interacts with the copper of the
I never felt magnetism. It's not stopping.
It hasn't stopped.
It's something for studying. It is. I wonder if it's the metal or
Move it to the floor.
yeah, that's probably does.
well, my necklace is acting
There
up
we go.
too.
Yeah, it didn't make metal.
Well, these lights up here, I know there's no electricity on it. Well, there is, isn't there? That could be bothering that. All right. Shall we all find a place on the float, is it? And we'll see if we can find something.
Well,
The things that's cool is when there's a spirit on here. You can feel it in your hands and curve your arms.
It's the weirdest thing to experience.
Can you go ahead and touch something down there too to let us know for sure you're here? Can you cross these if you would? It doesn't seem like it wants to. Have you been in here a long, long time? If you have, cross the rods.
did a good job then. Now you made it bad.
Okay, turn off, please.
Is there something there?
Means there's an electrical connection
Something too
there
close,
somehow. It may be the lights above
Yeah,
us.
maybe,
Or
or
wiring in the floor.
the wire in the floor, yeah. Yeah, it
but
could be a lot of
these aren't
different
going
things.
off, which would be a good sign.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's perfect. Perfect idea.
You do yes, no questions. Basically, yeah. And if we start getting some answers, that's extremely helpful. So if I say, are you male? And these light up, then I ask, are you female? And that doesn't light up. And I said, are you male? And it lights up. That way we're getting corroboration that it's real. Okay?
I just saw that one. Look.
This one,
Yeah, right there.
right here.
Yeah.
Okay. We might say, how old are you? And if, we'll start with 0 to 10, 10 to 15, or 10 to 20, 20 to 30, and so on like that until it goes off.
And then we can narrow that down, so we can find out how old they are. So then you might know it's a male at a certain age, you see? And we can ask the same thing with alphabet. Does your name start with an A, B, C until a light goes off? And then so we can kind of figure out their names, what sex they are. And we can start talking to them and find out how they died, why they died, all of those kind of things, the year they passed away on. Is this one on? Yep.
Has there been quite a bit of activity here? Is that why we're doing this?
We haven't been in here for years.
Okay.
But we had cameras in here all over the place. And we were seeing orbs coming out of the stacks over there, and they would come up and blink and blink and blink and come around, look at you and go away and stuff. I think I told you about the time that we were investigating in here, and we came in through that front door, and the mediums could not go down that hall anymore. So we've had stuff happen here. Okay, so let's kind of get started. Is there anyone here that would like to talk with us? We have a beautiful group here. I know that nobody has been in here for a long time, and they certainly haven't tried to talk to you. But we come with deep respect, and we don't plan on harming you in any kind of way. All you have to do is come in front of one of these instruments here and light it up so that we know you're here. And then we'll try to talk to you and find out who you are and why you're here. Is somebody here?
All I do is light one of these lights up or get close to the REM pod, the circle in the middle.
That's real pretty when you get close to it.
Or you can come over here next to this necklace. That lights up too.
There hasn't been anybody in here for a long time to talk to you.
Maybe the ghost left.
They could be.
Well, see this, at that time, this was, the History Center was moving out, and so the History Center had all kinds of equipment in here, and old artifacts. So it could have been that, some of that could have been, attached to something that they took out of you. Okay.
That's still lighting.
Yeah, as soon as it goes off. Yeah, thank you. Okay, is anybody here? You can push those little balls too.
You saw how pretty they are when they light up. We'd love to talk to you. Nobody's here to be disrespectful or...
Please come forward and talk to us, okay?
I know there's a lot of people here.
When I first sat down, I had kind of like my head kind of felt like all stuffed and kind of like a headache. But just then it kind of just walked.
It did what?
It kind of just felt like it walked away. I don't have it anymore. It was just like as soon as I
Well,
sat
she
down.
was feeling something over there, and somebody else was too.
We could definitely pick up on something when we first got here.
I'm a Reiki too, and
Oh.
so I work energy, and
Oh,
when my
that's cool.
hands get hot, the energy is being pulled. So
Okay.
that's what I felt over there. Was just,
Are you still feeling it?
we'll see. They're still warm.
Can somebody come forward? Please let us know you're here. We
The
know you're.
rods pointed me this direction though, so I may wander.
Which way?
I feel like
They were pointing this way, so I may walk in here and see what they.
Just be careful.
I was thinking about
Oh, I
there's,
will.
there's
Stuff
a
on the floor.
there's a
I'm just
dollhouse
gonna
and a
stand in
stroller.
the doorway.
there was also a time where I walked when I was in that corner over there, and when I walked in here.
came down here to talk to you. We come with deep respect. We don't intend to harm you in any kind of way. Can you just light something up? The other two groups got to talk to you about some things. You want to? Okay.
Now remember, it's cross them for yes. Pull them apart for no.
The other two places we were, I was barely getting anything, and they're just going nuts here.
Okay. Are there little kids down here?
This was your area. Yep.
I spent so much time down here when I was a kid. During the summer, that blinked. Can you do better than one little blink? Can you move that across?
Can you move the mouse back to there?
You can feel it coming when they're in there, but energy's just amazing. Can somebody please come here and light up something?
I feel like they're looking at you.
Hello? Hi. You know, I was a little kid down here myself. I spent so much time down here in the summertime. Are you a little kid that maybe is here? Can you light something up? Cross rods?
I just got like a lot of energy like to green. Like
To green?
Oh, awesome.
some more it is gonna rain now.
It could be a wire.
Yeah, it could be that wire.
When you
somebody-
talked, it aimed at you, so I think it was listening.
Are you listening? Are you listening? Cross the rods.
You have been chosen.
There you go. Hello.
It feels more dense in here.
Mm-hmm. That was my place.
Yeah, it feels heavy.
Yeah.
Like it feels hot and heavy in here.
Don't feel anything negative of any sort.
No.
Mm-mm.
It's not negative.
I feel curiosity is more than
Yeah.
anything.
Like you said, watching, observing.
And I'm listening because whoever talks, the thing spins toward them.
I feel like they were happy down here.
Yeah.
But this is where all the little kids would come and read books, play games.
Do you like books?
Had a great. Got home at about 2 o'clock in the morning. I got up to go to the bathroom, and I started getting up out of the bed. Boom! Something punched me as hard as it could right here. Left bruises and stuff, and so I smudged the heck out of the house the next day. Got rid of it, but sometimes that happens. But that is one of the few ever kind of negative kind of spirits. It wasn't negative, it was just a mental health.
I had a couple of nieces that messed with something that I specifically told them not to have in the house. And I got a phone call in the middle of the night and said, "Hey, Carol, we need help." So I had to go over and smudge and
Clean it up,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said, next time you listen to me.
We got that must in this here. Yes.
Yeah. Has anybody taken pictures?
I did upstairs. I haven't down here.
So
I
if
there's
you,
three that are already mine there.
okay, if you take photos, look at them later, enlarge them, okay? Because quite often there'll be something there you don't see until you enlarge it. And if you get something, send it to us. It's GlenhillsParanormal.com. Okay?
Or you send them to our Facebook page or,
Yeah. Are you feeling it in your hands?
Yeah.
It's not magic. It's not magic.
I really need to invest in camera. Like maybe a cheap one.
Are you following him around? Yep, it's pointing at you.
near that, the ghost will activate the REM pod?
Well, it would, I mean, it could, but it apparently doesn't want to.
Is daylight effective? I mean, is it more active at night?
I believe that a place, if it's haunted, it's gonna be haunted anytime.
Anytime.
But daylight has different kinds of, like UV and other things like that, that interrupt that energy.
Yeah.
And so it's not as powerful during the daytime